What is going on, collectors? Optical 20 back for another video. Today we are gonna take a look at Kojun Works slash JND Studios, Harvey Dent and Two Face. You can probably get, the JND is kind of like in art. You gotta be creative and where you get them, but man, we'll just talk about the quality. This is amazing. Their Joker, by the way, it has some bumps along the road, but the end result is beautiful. Now, putting the price aside, it is the best Joker out there. I said that on the second video. The first one was a bit rocky. I think we can all agree on that. But this it's great. I mean, it looks better than most statues. This is the Harvey Dent is so good that I don't mind getting type B just by himself. I think the best, because there's three types. The type A is just Two Face for $7.99. Of course, that's the price. I believe if you buy on their website, it's gonna be more expensive if you buy it from resellers, where if you live in the US, that's where mostly you're gonna get it from. And then the type B, which a little bit more expensive, only by $30, but it has more to it. But I do have the Hot Toys Harvey Dent 2.0. It's nowhere near close to that. However, one thing that's missing to that is that, because that is a good Two Face. Well, not as good as this, obviously. It's not even half as good as this. But I'm just saying that the Harvey Dent by itself. And then I'll just squint my eyes and pretend that the other Two Face. The ideal situation is the Type C. I think that's where the value really lies, because you do get both for $1,400. That is a little too rich for my blood. I'm not willing to go that route for 1/6. As much as I love the Dark Knight, who knows? I never thought. I'm not saying never. Okay. I never thought that I would own a JND. I thought that was just out of my reach. Can I purchase it? Of course I could, but the practical side of me always kind of tugs and pulls, like you don't need to buy a fine. But I was able to grab an in-art Aragorn for the price that I wanted. Now, is that going to happen here? Most likely not, but I can admire it from afar. Boy, this is beautiful. This is beautiful. Like, the Two Face is just magnificent. Now JND is in the game. They really are in the game. And they're changing it both price-wise and both quality-wise. I think it's great. For those who has a lot of bread that can spend money like this is as good as you can get, in a mass-produced product. Look at that. That looks like the actor. That looks like a Madame Tussauds type of museum-like figure in your living room or in your cabinet, wherever you want to put that. Look at the watch. It looks like a real watch. The handgun, like the paint application. Especially when you go up close, that's where the difference is. If and this is not a big critique. If there's one thing I would say, he looks like he's kind of sweaty. I don't know, there's a little shine to him. This is the B type. I'm interested in this. Like I said, I like the podium, the microphone, and all that stuff. I would want, if I can only buy one, this is probably what I'm gonna get. I know Two Face is the character, and it looks phenomenal, but I don't know, man. That Harvey Dent is amazing. In my opinion, obviously the best way is to get both of them. I can't wait for their Batman now. I know they kind of teased just Bruce Wayne, and if it comes out like this, God, that would be a good trio right there. Bruce Wayne, Harvey Dent, and then Joker. That would be amazing. I really am interested to see what they're gonna do next. Are they gonna do Bane? Because I always thought that the Hot Toys Bane was phenomenal. Now that's gonna be a tough one because it doesn't have rooted hair. So I don't know how much they're gonna shine more. But I guess the skin, the silicone skin, they could probably just, put it in there as well. So I don't know. We shall see. But so far, the details. Look at the tie. That just looks great. The details on the burnt jacket. Also, half of the pants is kind of dirty. The way the pants just sits on his shoe, it just looks just so effortless. Look at that shot right there. That is just that. If that's one thing, and again, that is so minor. I don't know. It looks like he's kind of sweaty. Maybe he's in front of a spotlight or something. There's like white speckles on it that makes him look kind of sweaty. But that is it. That's not a deal breaker whatsoever. I'm just an observation. Obviously, the hands looks great. The suit itself it drapes nicely to the body. I think the proportion looks great. The accessories, high quality. It's not those kind of blurry print out materials. The jacket it's not buttons, it's actual buttons, not stickers. On this, on the wrist right there, the coins are even nicely detailed. I guess for that price you should expect that, right? Like, but at the same time, it just, you can't help but admire just the beauty of this release right here. Is it expensive? Of course it surely is. I guess the question is InArt gonna do this? I wish they would, because InArt feels at this point like the middle ground right now between Hot Toys, InArt, and then JND. InArt is more achievable for me at this point, even though I'm still kind of getting the grasp of paying $500 or more. Hot Toys is doing that too with their artisan line, by the way. But the game has changed. When I first started this, Two-Face, when I first started this collecting journey, was $90. The first Two-Face from Hot Toys, the 1.0, was $90, and then it just evolves. And look at where we at now. I never thought that I would see a figure this realistic. When I first started Hot Toys, when I saw Iron Man Mark III, the plastic one, I thought that was the best looking figure I ever saw in my life, and I was like, I'm gonna collect Hot Toys. Never did I imagine that I would stare at something like this that just blows. Who knows what's gonna happen 10 years from now, and who knows how much they're gonna be priced. I also, with that caveat, I never also imagined that I would pay almost $1,500. I won't, but $1,500 for a two figure. At this juncture, but it's as every good as you can imagine. Let me know in the comments, are you in for this? Especially for my Nolan trilogy fans, I want to hear your thoughts on this. Are you gonna sell a kidney now? Love to hear your thoughts. Thank you for watching. Put it in the comments down below. Subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you in the next video.